you. So I thought I'd catch you up on what's been happening to me and why I've been on a break for some time. While I'm doing that, or on our way to see another friend, Cheng Mercado, go to her channel after this and subscribe. She's a really, really lovely person. And we're going on a ride during the BGC Street Arts. It's not the hype right now, but it's something that I promised myself that I would do. Ever since I started hiking, never managed to complete it though. So hopefully today's the day that we get to do that. But before that, let's read check. Sis, good morning. So late. So we're continuing on with our ride. Check is right behind me. I realized that the audio was really bad. So instead of closed captioning, I thought I'd narrate at this point. Here I'm telling you that I got biscuit, and this is a photo of when I first saw her and biscuit today. I tell my friends that I thought she was gonna be a Disney princess, but as it turns out, she's another dragon like me. Last May, I also celebrated my birthday and went to Bukidnon. We went to the Hilayan Adventure Park, and on God, it was so fun. Definitely one of my core memories. We tried lots of activities there, including lodging, which was my favorite, and then there's also the 840-meter zip line. And so much more that made me realize that I just love the adrenaline. Hi to Cheng!
Hi! Ya ano ko to kasi ito yung gagamitin ko mamayang aqua shoes lang ako. Ano dito? Mababasa. Para hindi maraming dala.
Ite-text,
Para
pero hindi
maganda
pa niya
stationary.
tinatry. Eh, yun nga eh.
So Cheng is going on a long ride with our bike friends from TSP Wet. This time I wasn't able to join them. Part of the reason why is because the first two halves of the year I wanted to focus on improving my heart rate because of the experience that I've had in the last Audax. I know that I needed to work on my endurance, and I have been doing just that. So during the first and second quarter, I jump started my running era. So I trained with Sheng during Ayala Car Free for our Aguila run, and also completed the Pinoy Fitness virtual challenge. There were also other places that I went to, hobbies that I revisited, such as collecting Lego and photography. And for a while there, I've really been enjoying myself. Busy, disconnected, but also just living life. I was set to make a comeback after the Pride March, but it seems the universe had other plans for me. On the way home, after failing to get inside the QC circle, I sustained an injury, falling into a deep hole. Luckily, there were no broken bones, but I did have to wait for the swelling on my leg to subside. I went back to the gym after a week and aggravated it further. So I've been going to therapy to rehabilitate my legs. I have about 4 sessions left. My right leg is already feeling okay. but I'm still working on healing my left knee. This ride means a lot to me. It's not just for the video, but it's also a way for me to get over the blockers that I have in my head. After being a break for some time, I doubted my capabilities and I needed to get over that. Previously, whenever I take a bit of rest, I try to cycle going to BGC through McKinley and try to gauge if McKinley is going to be hard for me. If I was having a hard time, I know that I'd have to rest a bit more. I'm also very thankful that I had Sheng with me at the time. I think when you're just getting back into things, it's important that you're with the right company so that you wouldn't feel pressured and you'd feel supported. So, around this part, I will share more about what I miss about cycling. It's not only just the rides, but I also enjoy tinkering with my bikes. I enjoy setting them up, and that I'm really excited to show you the updates on a few of my bikes. I started cycling in 2021. My first bike was, I think, a brand called Aerowick, a 9-speed Aerowick Space Alloy bike. It was quite the hype at the time, mainly because of the price point and the lack of supply back then. And that's what got me into cycling. When I met a few folks in a biking group in Makati, they convinced me to let go of the bike and buy another one. So my second bike, which was also foldable, is a Creus Master D. I think it was a 2019 frame, maybe older. And I think that's when I started to get a little bit obsessed, reducing the weight of my bike. I don't know. I think it's not just me. So if you can relate, let me know in the comments or drop a like. I'd like to know. But I mean, come on. For practical reasons, a lightweight bike could also mean that it would be easier for you to move it around, which I think is the reason why you would also want a foldable bike. And back to what's happening in the video, Cheng and I were checking the route that we should go to. I'm actually using Google Maps here. My phone is mounted on my bike, but somehow I didn't manage to save the stops that we were supposed to go to. That's why we took a bit of time trying to decide which roads to take. I'm using a Garmin as well. So if you have tips on how to plan for your rides or set your routes, I'd also be happy to learn that. I'm not an expert when it comes to navigation. I rely on, I think, what you could say as an internal compass whenever I'm on the road. So if you have best practices, learnings that you can share, hope that you can also do that in the comments. Back to my cycling journey. I'm sure you know that's not the last bike that I have. I also owned a trifold bike, and my first one was a 6-speed Pikes. I actually made a video on it here in YouTube. So if you haven't yet, I hope you check it out. Okay, so we finally reached our first destination. This is an artwork by Zoe Rasal. It's called Ate ng Araw. Of course, before we continue on our ride, we'd take pictures and talk a little bit first. For me, that's really what makes the ride worth it. It's getting to connect with your fellow cyclists, your friends, of course, sharing new experiences, seeing new places together.
From here, straight, and then first canto, right, and then after, noon sa may 206 lang siya, pag-ikot, agad
I know we took quite a while getting to our first stop, but I was reflecting on my experience going to BGC from McKinley and thought that, hey, I'm actually feeling good. I don't feel like anything's hurting, and maybe I can continue to push more. Maybe I'm more ready now. So here I'm just happy to realize that our next stop wasn't too far away. I think it took us about 2 minutes of cycling or three. Our next stop is a sculpture in Alveo Central Plaza by Daniel de la Cruz. It's called Coming Into Being.
Okay. So, it's the first time I did weighted races.
We just had a quick photo session here and then we're off. At this point, I was tired from lifting the bike, so I'm glad that I found this path going towards the street. And in case that you also want to do the BGC Art Tour, I'm placing the link in the description. YouTube video that goes in depth on the directions and also the website where you can get to know a little bit more about these artworks. One of the learnings that I've had is that some of them are not too easy to find, so it's best to get familiarized with the artworks that you're looking for before the ride. We finally find the mural by Can Santos. This is Let Empathy, Compassion, and Kindness Flow. So far, this mural is my favorite. I wish it has been situated somewhere that's more visible to everyone. The lines remind me of the waves and tides in the ocean, and it just makes me feel calm but humbled at the same time. It reminded me of my own journey in life, that the twists and turns wouldn't matter, nor the highs and lows, as long as I keep true to my goal. I'll just have to trust that I'll be able to find my way. And this bike ride is my first step towards doing that. This is in no shape or form a competitive goal, but it's just a way for me to find myself once again, to regain trust in myself and my abilities. I've tried to be in the journey of improving myself for this past year that when I stumbled and fell, quite literally, I took it very hard. But I've been slowly getting back up, and I appreciate all the help of the people who have led me to here. I'm also looking forward to sharing more. There's really more sides to me. I enjoy new experiences, and I guess I want this to be a platform where I can share just that, share how colorful and diverse I am, and share how I try to chase that freedom.
30th and then sana ng 11th ulit.
After a few more minutes of pedaling, we finally get to our next stop, which is Calamansi at Sampaguita by Pastel. This is another large-scale mural that represents the perseverance in the Filipinos.
So, tuloy ang laban. Lapit lang tayo. From here, kapit lang. Kung di man natin matapos, at least makakakalahati tayo. Ow! Sige, on part 2. Part 2. Sisi, ano ulit suotin mo ah?
Earlier, we were joking about not finishing this video or this ride, the sun was already up quite high, and we're only on our way to our fifth destination. But another way to look at it is that we're almost halfway to finishing our goal, and we just keep that in mind, pushing forward.
These murals are not so easy to find. Walang nakasulat. Teka. Oo nga eh. Ay, tinanggal na siya.
Dito baka kayo, baka dito.
Oo, ito. So unfortunately, What's Your Culture has been removed. It used to be here. So that's why you can't see it anymore. Too bad. Right, but we tried.
Yeah, just watch me naming.
Sige, moving on. Kapit lang, guys. Kapit lang. It's been so long that they already removed the mural. Anyway, we are moving on, and we are going to our sixth stop, just by 7th Ave. Now, this sixth stop is actually the 11th, but we are running so late that I've decided to go by 11th first, then 12, and then figure out what's the nearest mural from there. Kasi masusunog na tayo. Ayun, I can see David's hand right now.
If you walk around BGC, I'm sure this artwork would be very familiar to you. This is David's Hand by Bunny Reese. It's a reminder for us to find beauty in life in all of its aspects and regardless of wherever we come from. Our next stop is a mural by Patnai. It is called Atin ang Love for All. It's here to serve as a reminder of how love can be a great motivator to us, or how love can give us a reason to empathize and be kind to others. Love gives us the deepest reasons for living and allows us to experience life more than just two hands and a clock passing by. I've walked past these artworks more than I care to admit, but this is the first time that I was mindful of the messages that they were trying to convey. I'm happy that I'm starting to make memories with my FNHON bus. Since I've been on a break before I was really able to break in this bike, I haven't made much memories with it yet. And if you missed the unboxing video of my FNHON Ghost, I will be linking that in the description below. My reason for getting this bike is so that I could set it up for more uphill climbs. After all the upgrades that I did to this bike, I'm still in the process of getting to know it a little bit more. There have been some adjustments coming from my Brompton. I know a couple of you are asking some thoughts about both of my bikes, and I'm looking forward to finally bringing you that content. In the next few videos, I will be sharing more on the updates on my FNHON Gust and the current setup of my Brompton, and I hope that you also look forward to that. As I'm sure you've noticed, I've been through a lot of bikes in my cycling journey. I cherish all the memories that I've had with each one, and I'd like to think that is all connected and has led me to understanding my preferences a bit more. Much like this next mural that we have, which is Nature in Ubuntu by Women Create, a collage that reminds us that we are all connected to nature. I've had other hobbies, other activities, but I think this is what I enjoy the most about cycling. It's being able to connect with these amazing places that I discover or see in a different light. Places that for someone like me who doesn't own a car makes it possible for me to see because of my little humble bicycles. Tucked away in this little corner is the land that we walk on, reminding us that our choices, big or small, good or bad, could impact the future generations.
Last 3 stops. Fortunately, the weather today has been forgiving. I felt a little pain earlier on my left knee, but so far so good. To take this route along 32nd, this is already Kalayaan flyover, so it's going to be more difficult for us to cross the streets there, so we're taking a different route. Again, if you're following my trail, this is not a recommended path. We're going to cross sidewalks right number one. If you have, are there any tips that you guys can give me, or people like me who haven't cycled and done the BGC Art Tour one can do yet? If there is, okay, I see it from here. It's just right across us. Yay! Oh, first discoveries.
Our second to the last destination is just around the corner of First Discoveries, but it's also painted on one of the sides of the flyover, so you're not gonna be able to take a close-up photo. This is also a shared path, so please make sure that you exercise caution when you come across any pedestrians.